Welcome back to the C-Space studio with me, your host, James Kotecki, here at the very fabulous CES 2026. And I'm here with NBC Universal's President of Advertising and Partnerships, Karen Kovacs. Karen, welcome.
Thank you so much, James. I'm so excited to be here.
NBC Universal, I've heard of them. I'm sure many people have too. But I always love to ask people to define their own brands and what the scope is and what you define it as. So what is NBC Universal to you?
Well, NBC this year in particular, it will host the biggest, most exciting cultural moments of 2026. So think about the Super Bowl, the Olympics, World Cup, Emmys, Thanksgiving Day Parade. Yeah. That is what this year looks like for us. We are one of the biggest investors in premium content. We reach 286 million people across the largest ad-supported footprint in the industry. So we're big. And we're really excited. We're celebrating our 100th anniversary this year.
Congratulations.
Very exciting. And we're really looking ahead to combine premium content, cutting edge technology, and all that scale I just talked about, and really drive results for our advertising partners.
To put you in the hot seat, is one of those events your favorite? Or you're most looking forward to of the things that you listed, all those sporting events?
I am most looking forward to the Olympics.
Yes.
Because I think what we do at the Olympics is not only groundbreaking storytelling, but also the way, and I think we'll talk about this today, the way we think about it from a technology standpoint, it really has revolutionized and galvanized our company.
So this is interesting. I've been doing this job for a while now, so I've had multiple conversations with folks over the years about the different Olympicses that were coming up. What are you excited about in terms of a technology perspective or from a content consumption perspective that's going to be new, different, exciting at the 2026 Winter Games?
I think we learned so much in Paris, right? And it was really groundbreaking for us in multiple ways. Really just the first is the massive scale, right? It was available on linear, streaming, social. So the first thing I'll say is that 86% of the viewers watched on linear television. So linear and streaming together, it is critical for our partners. But we also did a lot of experimentation in Paris that really resonated. And one of the things we did was we created a creator community. And it was so successful, we're bringing it back to Milan. So it is called the Milan Creator Collective, and we are bringing 25 creators with unrivaled access into the Olympic environment. And it's exciting. Some of them had some experience from Paris, some new voices, but the key is how do we bring some of the casual fans, the new fans, into the Olympic movement. And the creators are really doing things in a way that complements our own storytelling. So excited about that.
And the Olympics is so good for that too, because it's not necessarily, like I'm not watching ski jumping at other times of the year just to make a confession, but when it's on at the Olympics, it's cool. It's like a new kind of novel thing that I'm only watching every few years. And so yeah, I certainly am a casual fan of those sports, and to bring me in and to bring people in different ways depending on their level is probably.
You know what's interesting, one technology that we launched in Paris and we've carried through other sports and entertainment is multi-view. So on streaming, we added multi-view for the first time in Paris. So you are a skiing fan, but you're not sure if you want to tune in to skiing or ice skating. And so you could have multi-views to decide, right, where do I want to go now? And putting the control of the experience in the hands of the viewer is exactly where we want to go moving forward.
So from an advertising and partnerships perspective, how are you measuring success? What are you aiming at here in the year 2026?
Measurement is really going to be a key area of focus for us this year. We firmly believe that premium video drives results. But in a world where measurement has been somewhat fragmented, right? So you've had linear television and digital disconnected, right? They've been in silos. Upper, middle, and lower funnel performance has been disconnected. So advertisers haven't necessarily had a full view of the effectiveness of their campaigns. So going into this year, and really for the past few years, we've been thinking about how do we invest in tools and technology so that we can provide advertisers with a full view. And one thing we're launching this year is something called the Performance Insight Hub, which is really groundbreaking for us. It is a platform where we can provide a unified view of campaign performance, audience insights, and then also full funnel performance in flight. So like historically, we have been able to provide marketers with post-campaign static reporting. And now with this platform, we are going to be able to provide real-time view of insights and full funnel performance with enough time to optimize performance and deliver results.
Does it imply real-time ability to change? And,
so, again, we do believe, that premium video really delivers performance, but this tool now really enables us to measure it and optimize it for our partners.
Premium video drives results. That makes sense to me, but I want to talk about what it might mean to a Gen Z or even a Gen Alpha audience. And I don't even know if we need to have a discussion about what the definition of premium video means for a generation that's raised on vertical video, that understands that content creator relatively rough, where they're just holding the mic in their hands, and the whole thing is completely different modality. So what does that mean for those audiences?
Yeah, no, we think about Gen Z all the time, and we think about it, we need to be where they are, and we need to speak to them authentically. So for Peacock, we knew mobile. Yeah, well, thank you, our streaming service, of course. We knew mobile was going to be a game changer right from the start. So, we invested in our mobile app and we added vertical video last year. So vertical video for us includes everything from highlights and short form content and exclusive looks. So over the past year, we have seen short form drive views by over 250%. So we know it's really reaching that Gen Z audience. And so for the first time, we are offering vertical video advertising. We're opening it up to advertisers. Now that we know it exists, we've got the engagement, and now we've got the content, so bringing them in is really meaningful. I'll also say we do have programming that resonates with that Gen Z audience. Love Island USA on Peacock was the #1 streaming program reaching Gen Z. So we're thinking about them. Again, the social creators too. That was also an important point, a way for us to bring some of that younger audience into our world.
So speaking of Peacock, where is streaming going for you? What do you see for 2026? Everybody wants to win that.
There's so many ways. At the heart of it is providing that customized, interactive experience. Broadly, we're seeing real excitement in shopification, right? Shopping, I think we're in the early innings on what that's going to look like, and we've been an early adopter for shopping, so that's important to us. Gamification, live sports, right? Sports betting, but also predictive gaming. That's something that we've added into Peacock. And then personalization. Again, the multi-view, that vertical video. So those are 3 broad trends. I think from an ad innovations perspective, we're doing 2 things that are interesting. One is, we've got some really unique ad units that perform so well, and we're selling them directly to advertising. Now we're opening them up programmatically. Okay. So the pause ad, right, which works so well, contextually relevant to that pause moment, now we will be able to include that in programmatic guarantee deals. The second thing is we're thinking so much about creating that native or that ad unit that adds value to the experience. And we are launching a unit called the arrival ad. So it's sort of a bold first time for a streaming partner to take that user profile page and add an interactive brand moment right on first entry. So it's a little bit of that first impression takeover, very visible, but it doesn't interfere with the viewer's ad experience, right? So we're really excited. We think that there's a lot of opportunities with ad innovations. It goes back to our goals.
Yeah, I mean, I said the word win streaming. It occurs to me there's different ways to win, or maybe there's different games being played, right? Of course you want to get the raw numbers and have the biggest, the biggest audiences across whatever audiences you want. But you also, if you're creating content that people are resonating with so much and you're able to reach them through advertising, then there's ways to win there, especially on a revenue or advertising and partnerships basis.
Yeah, absolutely.
It just seems like it's a great time. Do you feel like, are you excited to be in your business in this moment of technology? Do you feel like this is the right moment to blast off?
I'm so excited to be in this business. It's really just, we launched Peacock. It was the first ad-supported streamer, right? So we've always been toggling between keeping, the viewer experience at the heart of what we do, but then also delivering results for advertisers. So it's interesting to be able to look at it from both lenses, really increase that engagement. We have this one community, one fandom around Bravo, right? And so we can talk about live sports all day, but we also have this really unique connection to Bravo and streaming and experiential and all of the different ways that we're investing in that. Really, there's so much potential there to really just go deeper with fans. And then of course, we run advertising partnerships. So it's really a unique way to bring these brands into culture along with us.
Well, thank you for bringing us along with you for some insight into what's going on at NBC Universal for 2026. Karen Kovacs, really appreciate you joining us here in the C-Space studio.
Thank you so much.
And thank you so much for watching. This is CES 2026. This is the C-Space studio. This is your host, James Kotecki, and I'll be back after a short break.